Hi everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. And today I have a few things to share with you. First of all, I'm doing a couple of tutorials using die cuts from Queenacraft, and I'll put the link below in the description box. And I got several dies, and I am just excited to try them. Here's one. It's a frame. It says "Love You." And then here's a rectangle with the rounded corners, a set of those. And then a bride and a groom, or it could be anniversary, whatever you choose. Then there's a couple of edging die cuts. And sorry about that. And then there's this gingerbread house that's got different pieces to it. And I still will go ahead and do it. Even though it's past Christmas, hey, you can never have too much gingerbread. And in that, they sent also a free little either notebook or journaling, whatever you want to call it. And I thought that was really sweet. So I will get my tools and paper together, and then we'll get started on the tutorial. I'm going to make a gatefold card, and I know it's nothing new to most people, but I thought, I haven't made one in a while. And I'm going to be using at least these two die cuts from Queenacraft. This one says "Love You," and this one's a wedding couple. They could be a prom couple, anniversary couple, but I'm going to treat it like a wedding couple, or maybe the anniversary. Anyway, the first thing that you want to do is take a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it at the 11-inch side to 5.5. I'm just using this smaller trimmer because it fits just fine for what I need. And anyway, it's in my head that way anyway. So I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to set this one aside. I might need it, I might not. Now I'm going to take my paper and score it this way. I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to score it again, because sometimes if you're using thick paper, it helps to score on both sides. Take 2 1/8 again on the other end. Okay, now what we want to do is decorate the inside and the outside. You don't necessarily have to do anything to the panel back here. We might, but I don't know that yet. So that means instead of a 2 1/8 inch piece here, because that's what this flap is, I want some of that white to show, so it's going to be like 2 inches. So take away 1/8 of it, or it could be 1 3/4. But for now, I am going to see if the 2 inch, or yeah, the 2 inch will work. Get my trimmer back out, and I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. I would rather it be a little bit too big than not quite big enough, because if it's too big, I can always trim it down, and if it's not big enough, I can't do anything to it except start over. So see, I have just a barely minimum edge there. Okay, so we got those two right there. Then I think I want the frame on the inside to be this blue color. So I'm going to go to my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've done my die cutting mostly, and most of the papers that go inside the card. And I'm going to start putting it together, because right now I've got ideas in my head, but I want to, go ahead and just get started, so that way I know what I need to do next, if that makes any sense. So on the inside of the card, I went ahead and cut the pearlized paper. Just love this paper. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, there we go. See that shine to it? Isn't that gorgeous? And I think that makes beautiful wedding or anniversary cards. and it's on both sides that sheen is. So now I cut out my couple in this blue paper, and then if you look at this, it looks like I made a boo-boo and I didn't get all cut, but I did that on purpose. The reason being is because I'm either going to cut these out and put them on top, and then my couple will be kind of inside like this. There won't be any blue up there, of course. Or I'm going to do it as a shadow, and I haven't decided yet. So the first thing I need to do is cut that out with my scissors. Okay, let's see how that looks. I'm not going to glue it down yet. I actually think I like it as the shadow. And because I'm going to do the shadow, I am going to glue that down with liquid glue instead of with tape. And rather than put it on the blue paper, I am going to put it on the white on the back. Okay, that shadowing came out pretty good. You never know. Sometimes when I do something, I never know if it's really going to come out the way I want it to or not. You know, you get the idea in your head and whoops, not quite. The next thing I want to do is glue it onto this piece, but let me get this cleaned off really good. Now I want to put it into the middle of the card. And I know this is white on white, but I think white on white looks beautiful. And it gives it a classy look, and I wanted that shine of that paper to be on there too. So there's a method to my madness, I assure you. Usually. And now we want to get this couple glued in. You want to make sure we get that enough time to dry. Give it a little bit of time to dry there. And so far, I really, really like that. And I like the shadow in the background. I think if I'd done the on top with the blue, they would have overpowered each other. Okay, now my next step, while that's drying, these are going on the outside, and I did not check to make sure I had enough of this color paper. So I'm going to have to do the inside just a little bit differently than I had planned, which is okay. You know, nothing wrong with that. I'm going to go ahead and adhere Okay, right now I'm going to leave that like that. Fortunately, I had enough of the pearl paper. I call it pearl paper. That may not be what it's called. It's a glimmer paper. I know that for sure. I'm going to take and cut a couple of pieces from this paper, this sheet. Actually, this one's a little bit different, but that's okay. It's still going to give that monotone. I'm going to go ahead and take these down. So now what I'm going to do, I took my die cut art, this one right here, I used it and I cut those out. Now I could trim it around here or even on that line there, which there's a possibility I could still do that. But I think it looks pretty just to do it like that. And I'm going to do that on both sides. So I'm going to finish cutting out the rest of my pieces that I need, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I cut out 3 pieces using the rectangle. And a note I want to give you about these rounded cornered rectangles is that when you separate them, make sure that you don't leave, like, say for instance, see if I can get hold of it. Well, this little piece here that's sticking out, make sure there's none on the inside sticking out. On the outside, it's not going to matter, but on the inside, don't let them stay in there, because if they're on the inside of that rectangle, then you're going to cut a little piece of that out on your paper in the spot that you don't want it to be. So be careful with that part of it. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and tape these down. I used StayOn, black StayOn on this because it's a slick paper, so the StayOn will stay on better than just plain old paper. Okay, and then this is going to go right here, but only taped down on one side. So I finished decorating my card, and using these 4 dies, I love you, the couple, the border Valentine or hearts, and then the rectangles with rounded corners. Using all these, I was able to make this card here, a Gatefold card. And I tied a ribbon around it, or lace ribbon around it, so that way it would stay down. And I open it up, and it says congrats to the couple, whether it's their anniversary or what it is. And it could be wedding, whatever it is. This, I just love these dies. They came out really good. They cut really well. And I did it in the blue. The heart here on the inside was cut out from these, and I just put that one back in like I did on that side. And you know, you can use up those hearts that you cut out with this die. I mean, there's no reason to throw them away unless you just don't want them. But I thought, you know, I could use them for my cards, so I went ahead and placed one up here too, and with a little rhinestone in the middle. And I put lace on the inside here, and I had done the same thing with the hearts here. I put rhinestone in the middle there. And in order to keep this on here, I did a heart or glue here, and let's see if I can get it to look better. I added a heart to it on the back to match, and there you have your Gatefold card. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll try it too. And I will see you next time. Make sure that you check out all the links below in the description box. Bye for now, and many blessings.